Hello and welcome to the most exciting and realistic horse racing parlor game perhaps of all time. Welcome to Photo Finish Racing. Let's show you how we play. The object of the game, quite clearly, is to win. But just like at the track, there's incentive for the horses that finished second and third. Photo Finish Racing is designed for any number of players, really from 2 to 8. It's most exciting with a full field of 8. And that's what we're prepared to show you here today. If we're going to wager on this particular race, each player will choose whatever the amount is that we're going to be wagering on, and I'll ask them to place that amount next to their horse and their individual pawn. Pole position is very important in horse racing. So how do we decide which horse gets which lane at the beginning of the race? This procedure is known as loading the gate. The race organizer will take one big die and one little die, throw them into the cup, and we'll roll just these 2 dice. The big dice has the inside lane. The smaller die gets the lane immediately outside of this. In this example, white would take the pole position and blue would take the number 2 lane. I'll also take this time to collect the wager of those players. Play continues in this regard until the gate is fully loaded. With 8 players in this particular race, that puts $16 in the pot. Now the prize purse has been allocated, the horses are at the gate, we're ready to race. As described, there are 8 horses and there are 8 dice. 3 large dice, 5 small dice. The big dice are worth 5 squares each, meaning if the red was rolled and it's big, red would move the red horse 5 squares. The small dice are worth 3 squares apiece, and they would move 3 squares when appropriate to do so. I see white has drawn the pole and is in lane 1. The player who's driving or jockeying the white horse will be passed the cup of dice, and we're ready to begin. The white player would then grab the dice, give them a good shake, and the race organizer might lead in with something like, and they're off. Let's take a look at that opening roll. Again, big dice move 5, the little dice move 3. Big dice are always awarded their totals first. In this case, we see that black would move 5, yellow would move 5, and green would move 5. Now the big dice totals have been awarded. Now we go to the small dice. We see the small dice, we see that brown has 3, red has 2. Red will take the total of those 2, which would be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue has 3, and white gets 3. The dice now pass to the player to his right, in this case, green. One of the most exciting aspects of photo finish racing is that your horse might get boxed in, just like at the real track. Let's look at one such scenario. In this case, black, pink, and yellow are apparently awarded 5 squares each. It will start with pink because pink is the trailer among those 3. Pink will take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black would be next to move. Black has some room right through the middle and will take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's yellow's turn. Yellow was pretty excited because the person driving the yellow horse noticed, I got a big one and I got 2 little ones. That's 11 squares. That's just what I was looking for. But hold on, look at the track position. Yellow is boxed in. Can't move forward, can't move sideways, therefore forfeits those 5 squares. Unfortunately for yellow, perhaps made a bad decision by diving to the rail too early. Cost him 11 squares. Could cost him the race. We'll see. So now that we know how the horses move and how important the decisions are among each jockey, let's fast forward to later in the race. So now we're on the home stretch. All dice that are not visible have been awarded, leaving just the final two small dice. One's black and one is pink. Black would take his 3, 1, 2, 3, followed by pink. 1, 2, 3. Pink is over. Pink is over. No other horse crossed that line on the same roll with pink. Therefore, pink would trot on over to the winner's circle and take the lion's share of the purse for that race. Play will continue now for place and show, or second and third. But what happens in the event of a photo finish? If 2 or more horses cross the red line on the same roll, the result is a photo finish. Let's see how this particular race would unfold down the stretch. The big dice move first: yellow, green, and pink. Among those 3, yellow's the trailer, and we'd be awarded 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green would follow with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pink would be the last of the big to be awarded 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pink is over. I'm going to leave pink straddling the lane here to remind the rest of the players that pink has already crossed the finish line in lane 2. But the race isn't over. Now we go to the small dice with 3 yellow. Look what happens with yellow. 1, 2, 3, and yellow has now also crossed the line on the same roll with pink. This results in a photo finish. The camera pictured on the track snaps an image, figuratively speaking, the moment those 2 horses trip the wire. The image from that camera is depicted in one of the 6 images pictured at the top of the track. A single roll of a 6-sided die will determine which photograph do we consult. So the single-sided die reveals a 2. We see that we're going to consult photo number 2, and when we look at photo number 2, it becomes clear that it's the outside horse by a nose, in this case yellow, in a photo finish. Yellow would then trot on over to the winner's circle, collect the winner's purse. That will go to the player who was jockeying the yellow horse. The pink horse finished second in the photo and would be eligible for and will collect place money. And play continues for the 3rd place position. Now that you know how to play photo finish racing, I encourage you to get yours today.